whatever, let's go. It's like I'm one of those people that doesn't like cold calling people on the phone, so I try to jump in immediately without thinking about it. So that's how I go into these streams always. Hi, hello, everyone. hmm Um, yeah. Um, and I didn't realize we had a video response, so that'll be interesting because I have to see later. hmm Oh, oh, we're responding to his thing. Okay, all right, I got you. hmm Yeah. Oh, I already know what I can think about that, but I'm gonna save it. Hello,
Anthony, have
say.
you already seen the video?
I have not.
Okay.
But hello, Sapio Nexus Maxim.
Hello, fear or courage? Which one is it this evening? Fear
uh,
or is it courage?
I don't know which one will compel me.
I suppose when it comes to the final hour, so when it comes to our darkest hour, then we'll find out.
hmm I so something completely random that I just have to add off the top. I dug up a bunch of really old CDs, well, that Jess had, and we listened to them. And they made a whole soundtrack to the Sailor Moon anime.
Oh,
And
nice.
there is a track on there by Stan Bush, like the guy that did the Touch and Dare.
Okay.
I was not prepared for that. But it's called I think it's called She's Got the Power, it's just like a full. It's another one of those,
Yeah.
and I was not prepared for that. So if anybody out there wants to hear Stan Bush doing the full on Transformers thing, but it's about Sailor Moon, go look up She's Got the Power. Yeah, I mean, you were just listening to it randomly, and I was like, oh, this is like mid level pop stuff, and it's like, wait, this is Stan Bush? What the hell? I was not
That's pretty funny.
prepared.
That's pretty funny.
I don't know who owned it. Like Toei in Japan, but like that they own like 80% of all media. So I think it was a Bandai thing. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, but yes, what's on the table first of all while I'm here? Oh, yeah. Like I said, if we ever get around to my shelves, I got photos. I took photos. I can share photos.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get
Like,
around to doing mine yet, but I definitely. What I was thinking is I'll do like a little video tour. I'll just film it with my camera without any audio, and then
yeah.
and then we can play it on here and go through it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
maybe
like I
we'll do
said,
that next week.
it motivated me to take everything off my shelves, dust and clean them, and then put it all back on. So that
Yeah,
was like, once I was done, that's when I took all the pictures, and I'm like, so there, something good came out of it.
right. That's fun.
Took me a couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So and
yeah.
spin. You're saying, and we have some of our viewers have sent in some of their pictures, and we'll go through those today. Is that you have those queued up? Cool.
It'll be worth it in the long run to make it faster, stronger, more alive.
Exactly. Exactly. Speaking of which, just as you said that, my cat just like ran across the floor behind me at high speed. Faster, stronger, more alive. Beast Wars. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Legacy Tarantulas, by the way. This just came in the mail a couple days ago.
Nice.
This guy's extremely animation accurate. Like it's ridiculously faithful to the '90s CGI. He just looks great.
Cool. Yeah, I think from what everybody has been saying about that figure, as they were doing the reveals, people were happy with it. So it's nice to hear it comes through when it's in hand.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've something that I've said before that's kind of amusing is the original figures. They made Tarantulas and then they just straight repainted him into Black Arachnia. And then the animators were just like, nah, we'll make a whole new character model. So now you have these two figures that were based on the same design, but are now totally different, like toolings and molds entirely, because they're basing them off of the animation. But then you can see like design cues, like their feet and like the patterns on their stomachs and the claw arms and stuff.
I'm paying no attention to anything you're saying, because
cool.
Although you were just talking about Sailor Moon and Jess a moment ago, so I'm pretty sure they're Jess's. But I just need to ask: all those Sailor Moons over your shoulder right there?
Oh yeah.
Are those Jess's or are those yours?
Oh no, those are hers. That shelf is.
I wasn't sure. It's just the way he said it. He's like, "Oh no!" I was just ready for you to say, "Oh no, those are mine."
Now it hurt. You can see it's 50% Sailor Moon, 50% Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, so she's got a cool collection. She was holding out on us, just showing us stuffed animals the other week. She got some good stuff there.
Yeah, I was running and grabbing things.
Is that a Wonder Woman, or is that like what is that doll above the Sailor Moon? Looks like she's got a British flag.
Oh, that's a Spice Girl doll.
Oh, Spice Girl. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a story behind that, but like
we should let Jess tell it.
Yeah, when her voice is not blown out, which it is today, she should tell that story because it's interesting.
Is it? But it's Sporty Spice, is it, or which one? Is
it? Ginger. She wore the British dress, I think.
Right. Of course. How could I not know my Spice Girls? Of course, Spinister and I, men like us, we have eyes for only one Spice Girl. What's good, Stephen Thomas Joyce? Exactly. Touche.
Yeah, that's a new name.
So, Stephen, what's up, Stephen? He's got his icon is the Autobot logo with the 21. What does the 21 represent? That's our question for you, Stephen.
It's the unproduced Transformers 21 Jump Street crossover that never happened.
Touche. I would watch that.
Just what's their names? The two
Johnny Depp as a headmaster.
Oh, see, I was thinking the new one. Oh, everybody's name escapes me at the moment because I'm brain dead. Magic Mike and the Superbad Kid, the two guys from the new one.
Yeah. That was terrible. That new one was terrible. Did you see it, Spin? Can you tilt your camera down a little? It's like it's one of these things where we're mostly getting your. Yeah, or you could sit up. Come on, proper posture, gentlemen. Yoga. Come on, guys. Come on, Anthony. Where are you?
I'm going to try harmonize.
Anthony, you got to harmonize with it.
This is good content.
That's pretty good. No, that was pretty good. I bet. Yeah, once we get our Lottie on, the four of us, I think we're going to do some good Tibetan throat singing. Transformer. I was doing it at a slow speed on the turntable.
It's just like Do Re Egon says Toy Warp Vintage reviews on YouTube. Lovely.
I think Toy Warp Vintage reviews on YouTube is throat singing with us. He's doing Tibetan throat singing via his keyboard. Dong I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, from all corners of the globe and beyond. Cybertronians, welcome here.
Yeah. God, Matt, what are the Cybertronic Spree doing? We should get them on here.
The Cybertronic what? Is that the band?
Cybertronic, yeah, the band.
The guys who dress up in the costumes.
Yeah. They're Toronto based, so I've seen them
I
live.
didn't know that. I didn't know that.
I've seen them
you guys
live
definitely need to interview them for the channel.
Yeah. I've seen them live a couple times. They were just at this fan expo too, but I wasn't able to go this time around just because they had other stuff going on. But yeah, I've seen them live a few times. They're a really good live band. Yeah. Yeah, you said they did a show for that, which makes sense, obviously.
So Toy Warp actually meant Egon as in the Ghostbuster. He didn't mean Egon as in Egon.
Well, Ghostbusters 2 reference.
Sorry,
yeah.
Sorry, Toy Warp, for misinterpreting your text there. Ghostbusters 2.
That's the only one I haven't actually watched.
Like the original from the 80s, Ghostbusters 2?
Yeah. I've seen the original plenty of times. I've seen the two new ones. I've never seen that one. I just know there's
two new ones.
Painting.
Two new ones, as in with the women Ghostbusters. Are there two of those?
No, there's also Ghostbusters Afterlife with the Stranger Things kid, Finn Wolfhard. That was a pretty good. That was a pretty good film. Like me and Jess both liked it.
When did it come out?
Last year. It was delayed for a very long time because of the
COVID.
pandemic.
Yeah.
But,
so I didn't end up hearing about it, but
yeah.
But I mean, I love Stranger Things, and Stranger Things is basically Ghostbusters. So
yeah, they were definitely working on that as the vibe. Like he's not the only. It's the same world as the first two, and it's like these kids discovering like the relics of the old Ghostbusters stuff and like getting them back together.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Spin, you didn't see it? Yeah. What about the female one? Was that any good?
I liked it. I mean, it was all right. I thought. I only saw it the one time when it came out.
Oh yeah. No, I did see it. I saw it, exactly, and that was how many years ago? So it was forgettable enough, but it was also entertaining enough.
Yeah, it was interesting because like the
blonde girl, who is a blonde girl, was she on Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, Kate McKinnon. I think.
Yeah, she was good. She's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny because that one was trying to go straight comedy, and the new one, the Stranger Things one, like there's still funny moments, but it's trying to be like a lot more serious than the old ones were.
Like you said, so in that same world, just like Stranger Things, right? Stranger Things is that same sort of thing. It's comedy, but you're supposed to believe, it's supposed to be realistic, magical realism.
So like it is I guess my one criticism is that it was like transparently obvious that they were like Stranger Things is popular. Let's get the guy from that and just do that.
Right.
Except they get to dig up actual proton packs and stuff instead of like props for one scene.
Right. Exactly. Girl GB was 2016.
Yeah.
Toy Warp Vintage lets me know. Thanks. Yeah. So I mean, a lot has happened between 2016 and now. So. I only vaguely recall those B level films.
Here's the spider mode. I've been slowly changing around.
Nice. Yeah.
It's I was gonna say like Black Arachnia's one pinged my arachnophobia because of how realistic it was. This one's a little bit too cartoony to do that.
Okay. Yeah, and what was that red tarantula that we were looking at, and you were telling me that it was pinging your arachnophobia? Was that a repaint of this?
I don't know, maybe.
No, the red ant, like Inferno. Are we talking about
Yeah,
Inferno?
no, he didn't ping me arachnophobia. I just thought he looked cool. He's the last one of the season one guys. This was the second last guy. Then once Inferno's out, that's the whole cast. In fact, one of the photos I took is of my shelf full of Beast Wars characters, just waiting to be completed.
Cool. So what's happening in the news here?
Oh yeah, more leaked listings, eh? Oh, this is the thing people are talking about. Some of these leaked Studio Series listings, right, are an Optimus Prime and a Megatron labeled War for Cybertron, and it's in the Studio Series. So people are going, is it like, are they doing the TV show? Are they doing the High Moon Studios games? Like, what are these two guys that are going to be out in the Studio Series? That's
So
why.
what are they? They're just product listings right now, so that's why we don't know.
Yeah, that's why we don't know. It's just
Okay.
Voyager WFC Optimus Prime, Voyager WFC Megatron, and they threw in a picture of the Fall of Cybertron guy because everybody's like, "Is it those? Is it that guy? Is Studio Series doing video games now?"
Would that be cool if they were?
I mean, I think so. Like there's Studio Series seems to have lasted way longer than they thought it was going to. So like they're running out of movie characters to like do. They're almost run out of the Michael Bay guys. Bumblebee's basically done. They're doing 1986 guys. So if they want to keep it going, it would make sense for them to start doing like, I don't know, video games, TV shows, whatever.
Cool.
And I mean, like maybe they want a chunk of that third-party market that does like big, detailed, high-end versions of the Fall of Cybertron designs. Yeah. Oh yeah, Rise of the Beasts Wheeljack, Red Series Sound Blaster. They even mentioned the Megatron there.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing like Studio Series just become the media accuracy line, like doing cartoon characters and like video game characters, all that stuff. Because if they're eventually going to run out of movie guys to do it. It seems like they have no intention of ending the line, which good. It's a good line. So Generation Toys, Dark Knight, Black Beast Sideswipe, color prototype images. Oh, that's probably that's the sideswipe that changes into an animal into a bull. It was based on somebody's design.
Spin, give us one more zoom out so we just have less of that banner up there. That's it's opposite. Exactly opposite of that. But that guy looks pretty cool. So who is this that we're looking at? Do you know, Anthony?
This is a third-party sideswipe. Well, it's a repaint of him in black.
Oh yeah.
Based,
Yeah.
based
Sorry.
on
Keep going.
based on a design that a fan did for versions of the G1 guys that change into animals, and they did well enough that a third-party company started making figures of them.
Oh wow! It was just from a fan. I didn't realize that. So it's not from a comic book or anything.
No. It's a totally original concept. Based on like something that a fan drew at one point.
Yeah, and the red version of this, the original Sideswipe. I remember watching the reviews, and they were pretty. The reviews were good, and this looks nice with the gold and stuff. Looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Reminds me of in the '90s when Power Rangers was big. They released like the Megazord again in like black and gold. It reminds me of that version of the Megazord.
Dark Knight Generation Toys.
Yeah. Mr. Black Goldfish says, "I want Studio Series Fall of Cybertron line from the video game." Yeah, that'd be pretty nice. They did a full Fall of Cybertron line back when the game came out. It didn't hit everything it could have. Some things could have been done better. Like a redo would be interesting, though. it's worth pointing out the game's not currently like available on any current generation game consoles. So you'd think they might want to like re-release it or something if they were going to start making figures of it.
Oh, but did you hear? I actually just heard this week. I don't know this game stuff well, but from my understanding, so those two or three games, was it a trilogy of games? Fall of
There was
Cybertron, War for Cybertron, or is it two games?
it's sort of it's complicated, like two and a half, because High Moon Studios did War and Fall of Cybertron, and then a different company did Rise of the Dark Spark, which was like a crossover with the movies, and it was set in between the games, and nobody really liked it. It wasn't very good.
Which of these games, or are all of them from Activision, if you know?
um, Pretty sure just the first two are from Activision.
Okay, so I think those two games, the servers were shut down, whatever, X number of years ago, so maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah,
The servers went down, so people can no longer play them online.
yeah,
And there's some kind of mod that is available now that just became available this week or in recent weeks, where some independent hacker or whatever.
yeah.
Oh, here comes an independent hacker right now sneaking in.
Mhm.
They managed to make the games playable again, so now people can actually play those games again after like years of not being able to play them, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, nice. That's It's always great when fans do something like that. Yeah, I do hope I would hope they just legitimately reissue the games though, because I never got a chance to play Fall of Cybertron. I played War for Cybertron, but my brother's Xbox red ringed before I could get Fall of Cybertron. He never replaced it, so yeah. This is going to be cool. This is the set that's
That's
going to be available during Hasbro PulseCon. Um,
that art
Orion
looks
Pax and Alpha Trion. Yeah.
that looks great. That box art looks awesome.
Yeah, I might go in for this if I can, if it's because the last time they did this, you could also Canadians could just get them through GameStop. So if they do that again, I'll go in on this. And it's just it's the version of Alpha Trion that's younger, because this is the flashback in War Dawn, so that's why he's not quite the same one we know.
I
It's
just so really because in War Dawn he was. Oh yeah, no, in War Dawn exactly. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah,
I was thinking. There's one where he's even younger when he's A3, and then he's got just the mustache and the short beard. So
yeah.
that's
Forever is a long time coming, I think was the name of the episode,
right,
and yeah, it
right,
was in the third season.
right. But yeah,
But
this
yeah,
is.
so this is like the middle years Alpha Trion.
I mean, this is the Alpha Trion we were all first introduced to.
Yeah, and it's funny because he's a Scourge retool, and it's not obvious in robot mode, and it's really obvious when he's transformed. Yeah, but and Orion Pax is technically an extensive retool of Studio Series Cup, and they've done that a few times. Where a cup will come out and they'll redo them as Orion Pax because they've identified that they have kind of similar body shapes. So Toy Warp Vintage Reviews says Fall of Cybertron was re-released and playable on Xbox One. Really? Oh, that's good. I don't have an Xbox One. I have a PS5, so if they put it out on that, I'd be able to play it again, or even PS4. Because they're the same basically. Oh, the market on that is like insane. Like the aftermarket. Uh, During the pandemic, a lot of people had a lot of time on their hands, so the aftermarket for vintage video games just went nuts.
Yeah,
Things
it's
that
so
used to
funny.
cost, yeah,
Stuff that used to cost nothing, right? Like stuff that video games
yeah,
people were throwing them away or giving them away, and now like vintage cartridges are worth money.
yeah. Double digits became triple digits became four digits. Like everything just jumped. That's why. That's also why there's like a call to reissue stuff like this, because it's like people can't get the old ones now.
So, and here, what's neat about that for me is I still have all my original um, Nintendo games,
Hmm.
Nintendo Entertainment System, with the boxes.
Oh boy,
I have not just the original cartridges, but I have the boxes too.
that's worth its weight in gold these days.
Yeah, Mike Tyson's Punch Out in the box, pretty cool.
Oh gosh, lovely.
I got about 40 or 50 games.
Yeah, my brother, he made the right. He happened to get lucky because he got really into collecting retro games like 5 years ago, like before the market blew up. So he has like this extensive. He has like a bunch of old video game consoles and video game titles that he got for like decent prices. I don't know if he's ever going to plan on selling them or anything, but he just happened to get them all back when they didn't cost $1 zillion. And me, I just have all the Metroid games, and that's it. Yeah.
It would have been Nintendo. That was the very first one, which
Yeah.
I have.
Original Nintendo, Game Boy, Super Nintendo. Those were the three old ones. Yeah, that's what I played War for Cybertron on. It was my brother's because I was always a Nintendo guy, but he had an Xbox, so I was just like, well, I'll play the one game I'm interested in on that console. So oh,
Nice.
keep it. It's not you can't get that anymore.
So, Mr. Black Goldfish, do you know, is that one of the games that I was talking about where you're now able to play it online again? Or is that a different title? Would you know? Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Fear Courage.
Sorry, I was talking about the news that just got posted, but
Oh,
uh,
go ahead.
yeah, this is interesting. So without any announcement, there's a second wave of Velocitron stuff that is starting to show up, like in North America. Um, and thus far, the two deluxes they're doing Crasher the GoBot, who's a Mirage repaint, and a Generation 2 version of Dragstrip, which they've renamed Shadow Strip for this line. So I guess they're doing Generation 2 Menasor now, even though the Generation 1 version and Legacy isn't fully out yet. Yeah. And yeah, they're at retail here. Mr. Black Goldfish says both of them. Yeah, I think he's referencing the two games. And Toy Warp on YouTube says you can play Fall of Cybertron online now. I think Johnny Flash had something to do with it because he uses the game animations for his YouTube vids. Oh, I never heard of Johnny Flash. If he helped get those servers back online, sounds like a cool dude. um, but yeah, we didn't even know that there was going to be a second series of Velocitron, and now they're just kind of popping up in stores, which is wild. We know there's going to be a new hot rod in the line, but beyond that, we do not know. Uh, a lot. Like the Transformers wiki has documented them, and split it between continuities. I could count them, but it would take me a bit of time. But yeah, there's going to be a Velocitron hot rod to go along with this, and we don't even know who the new leader class guy is. Just that the second series is already showing up, and Menasor didn't do anything for me, but Generation 2 Menasor might, because you know how I'm just like a mark for Generation 2 stuff. Oh yeah, and codes for next year's Legacy Studio Series toys: Deluxe Brawn, Deluxe Beachcomber, Deluxe Bombshell. Now Bombshell, we knew was going to be a thing because they already did one Insecticon, they did Kickback, um, but we didn't. The fact that they're doing Beachcomber and Brawn as deluxes, that's surprising because I'm like, I got the power of the Prime's Beachcomber right here, and he's basically perfect. So I'd be interested what they think a deluxe sized version would be able to do that this guy doesn't, because it's basically just it.
Well, ankle rockers for one.
Yeah, I suppose.
But basically, it sounds like they're gonna redo them to scale with the new Cosmos.
Which nobody can get. I mean, I don't have one. I therefore nobody can get it because I don't have one. That's how this works. That's totally rational. Oh, I know what he's talking about. Mr. Black Goldfish there on YouTube says there was a Dynasty Warrior like Transformers game. Yeah, it was for the PS2. It was only in Japan, didn't come out here, and it was called Transformers Call of the Future. I heard it was not very good. I've seen some clips from it. It's in English, even though it didn't get a Western release. But like none of the voice actors are even trying to sound like the original characters. Yeah. But yeah, it's like it's the Generation One guys, and there's a bit of a time travel thing, and like the 2005 guys come back in time and team up with them, and because of the Dynasty Warriors thing, everybody beats up a lot of robots, and I would love to see them give that type of game another go, like a Dynasty Warriors type thing. Um,
Me
well,
neither.
it's they're usually just called Warriors games, or they're called Muso games. Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors by Koei are like the ones that invented it. That's why people use them as shorthand. It's like a hack and slash where you're like a character on a big battlefield with like a lot of different guys that are really weak, and you're wandering around racking up insane amounts of like combos and killing like 100 guys, and there's like a strategy element where you're trying to turn the tide of the battle just by running around. It's like a type of game where it's like a gigantic army clashing, and you're one guy and you're fighting your way through it. There's a really specific like style and feel to them. That's why everybody just uses everybody references like, oh, Dynasty Warriors type game. It's where you're one guy fighting a lot of guys, and they're individually very weak, and you're just cleaving your way through them. Yeah. Toy Warp Vintage Review says, "What did you guys think of the Transformers Devastation game? It came after the High Moon games. I have never played that game. I would love to. I got to port. If they need to port it to like Nintendo Switch or the PlayStation or 4 or something, because I really want to play that. Everything I've seen about it looks
I've seen
awesome.
the animation, and the animation looks really cool, but I've never
Yeah,
played it.
yeah.
I've never played it myself. So
Like
yeah,
I like
I'd be interested to know if it's
I've
good.
seen some cutscenes. They got a bunch of the G1 voice actors to come back. It's like set in the world of the cartoon. It's like a random episode. I'm like, I want to see that. Yeah. Mr. Black
When did
Goldfish.
that one come out? Devastation.
Uh like recently, I want to say the 2010s, or like yeah, like near the end of the 2010s. Like it's last console generation basically. Yeah, and Mr. Black Goldfish says because it's not made by Koei. Yeah, yeah, the Call of the Future wasn't made by Koei. I maybe then it would have been better received because they seem like the only guys that know how to make that genre of game like really good. Yeah, they did two Legend of Zelda ones that I love. They're called Hyrule Warriors. Yeah,
Zelda was another one of the, that I played the original on Nintendo. I still have it. And what was cool about the original Zelda game, both Zelda and Link, is that those cartridges were actually gold, right? So all
yeah,
the
yeah,
regular Nintendo cartridges are gray, and then those ones were gold. It was like so special when you got that. It's like, yo, that was, and Legend of Zelda, man, that was a lot of fun. That was hours and hours of my childhood.
yeah. And the Hyrule Warriors is just what if Link solved every problem by fighting his way through like 7,000 monsters per level. Yeah,
So
and
basically,
Mr.
Legend of Zelda on steroids.
Yeah, basically. And Mr. Black Goldfish just pointed something out. Transformers Devastation is on the PS4. Maybe I can play that. You got to understand. I only had Nintendo consoles for most of my video gaming life. Um, we only recently got a PlayStation 5, so I'm in that ecosystem for the first time. So I didn't realize I could probably find a used copy of it and play that on there. Jeez. What? Oh, what the heck? Transformers: Rise of the Beasts Flex Changer toy line discovered. This is news to me, but this fits the pattern because like all this like weird tie-in merchandise from Rise of the Beasts keeps coming out. That's the Iron Man one they did. Is there photos? Let's see what it says. A brand new toy line. Oh, okay. It's just listings again. Dang, I thought we had like photos or something to go off of. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's just like how like all the Rise of the Beast leaks that we've seen so far have basically all been like the gimmick toys and stuff. Almost got this spider transformed here for a comparison. One more thing? All right. Oh, my news? Oh, yeah, Road Rocket. I wrote my review up of that figure, which was
Nice.
sort of also a look at Legacy RC. Since I didn't get Legacy RC, I got Road Rocket instead. Really fun figure. I was just pointing out how it didn't really resemble RC. One thing I had fun with, and I noted this in the review, the designer said on Instagram they specifically scaled the bike to be compatible with like 3 3/4 inch action figures. So if you have any and they're bendable enough to ride a motorcycle, they can ride this motorcycle. So that makes for some like fun photos that I took a bit further down.
Wait, hold on a second. Is it just me, or does that bot mode look like trash?
Yeah, that's the original one. That's why I'm glad
Oh,
this
okay.
got an update, right?
Oh, okay. That's the original. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I just showed a photo of it as I was,
And
how I do it at this point. I talk about
sorry,
like the previous versions. Yeah,
just to clarify, were you saying that the original? Oh, they're the same scale. So can you put a 3 3/4 inch figure on either one?
yes, you can. In fact, I do so a little bit further down here. I take a bunch of photos. Keep going, keep going. Yeah, there we go. I do a few figures. The common rider riding a bike.
What figure
Uh,
is that?
that guy there is Matt Tracker, the GI Joe version of Matt Tracker that they did. As you can see, figures need knees to ride this properly. So if he doesn't have knees, it's not going to work.
No, it works fine. That's how Spider-Man does it anyway.
Yeah. Then
When I was a kid, when
the
I when I,
alien.
when I was a kid, I had a Spider-Man figure who had a red motorcycle. So that
Yeah,
that gave me a little nostalgia jolt right there.
yeah, and then the Mega Box alien.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, those were all the ones I took. But I'm like, yeah, if you have any figures that are like in that scale, they can ride Road Rocket, Legacy RC, Shattered Glass Flame War. Yeah, so that's like a selling point for me.
Those blast effects or weapon effects, whatever those are, they
Yeah,
look on the back there. The semicircles, they look like Lego pieces. Like those.
yeah. Well, the idea, sort of, and I don't have enough legacy figures to demonstrate this yet, is they all come with weapons that you're supposed to be able to like build up into combinations.
Yeah.
So like that's
Okay.
intentional.
Cool.
Yeah, it's just me showing off the transformation. Whenever I get to the section of the review where I talk about the transformation, I'm always like, make sure you do this. So I was like, make sure you clip the waist in.
What are you doing? My mom's playing with the lights behind me, flickering things. She's trying to scare you guys. If you see a specter floating around me, don't be alarmed. It's just my mom.
Excellent, excellent. But yeah, you can read that review over on childrenofprimus.com/news and reviews. There is well over 100 entries there at this point.
Nice.
I just keep going. I something I've
Well,
said
I'm
before.
sure it's going to pay off in the end.
Yeah, something I've said before is it's not me being creative. It's me exercising things from my head because I think
Yeah.
about this stuff and I'm like, I got to get it on paper. So it's me throwing it out of my brain.
Listen, it's the best job to have when it's a job that you would do even if you weren't getting paid for it. And
Which
you're doing an excellent job considering your salary.
yeah. Yeah, it's paying an
I mean,
exposure, maybe. I don't know.
I should say you're doing an excellent job, even disregarding your salary.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Anthony, I just noticed this. Something I didn't notice about you until today, which is that it appears that you're also a Star Wars collector.
Oh, a little tiny bit. This is something that kind of got kneecapped by the pandemic. So I grew up in the early '90s, and at that point, Star Wars: Power of the Force #2 was like the new thing, and I had a couple of guys. I didn't have a lot of them. It was something I didn't really get into as a kid. Nowadays,
Which one is Power of the Force? I don't even remember that.
it is the relaunch of Star Wars during the '90s, before like there was new movies or anything. They just brought
Is
the
it a
toys back.
cartoon? Is it? Oh, it was just a toy line. Okay, it's the
Yeah,
name
they
of
just
the toy
brought
line.
it back. Like
Yeah.
and nowadays nobody cares about those figures, so you can get them for super cheap. So
Okay.
like sometimes if I'm at a convention and they got a bin, I'll see if they got any Power of the Force guys for like no money, because I'm like, these are the ones I
Nice.
had when I
Nice.
was a kid.
Nice. So you
Yeah.
pick that specific niche that like it has a nostalgic resonance to you,
Yeah.
but you know they're not the expensive figures, and yet they still are vintage. Like I think we can still call
Yeah.
that vintage at this point.
And like honestly, they hold up pretty well. This is a random Luke and a Vader that they did, right? Like they're just 5 points of articulation, but they also
Yeah.
have a waist, and they have like decent sculpts, and this Darth Vader's helmet comes off.
So that's if they have a waist, that's 6 points of articulation.
Yeah, and like
Oh,
I'm
nice.
like,
That's pretty. That's a cool feature. And he's
yeah,
got that. He's got that face from the Return of the Jedi. That's cool.
yeah, and I'm like, I reviewed a couple of these on the blog recently. I'm on my bot review section, because you know how every month I do something that's not Transformers. And I pointed out, like, you can get it depends, but like you can get these guys for like fairly cheap, like $10 or less sometimes, right? Because there's like no real market value for them, and like you compare them to the stuff that's on the shelves now, they're just like legitimately not a bad bang for the buck, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I grabbed a random smattering of them. Sometimes they do that, if there's a convention and they got bins, and it's just just a little extra thing on the side. Nah, yeah, it's just me shamelessly getting the things that I didn't get when I was a kid. Just be like, now I can get all the figures. Oh, let me show you a really funky thing they did, because they were struggling to find stuff to do because there were no movies out at the time. There were no new ones. So there was a whole line in the '90s called Shadows of the Empire, and they were like, we're going to tell some stories about what happened between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. And so they made a bunch of action figures, and look at this Chewbacca. This is a '90s Chewbacca. He has guns, pouches, an eye patch, and a flat top.
And a what? What's the last thing he said? A flat
A
top?
flat top haircut.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Here's the other one from this I got is a Luke disguised as an Imperial guard, and like this looks all. This is like nothing that would have been in the actual films. It's like a '90s design.
Yeah. Okay.
Helmet comes off.
Chewbacca's ridiculous, isn't it? Let's see the Luke
Yeah.
face. How does it? Let's see the face sculpt.
It's the old kind of wrestler looking Luke. He's got kind of a mullet going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, this line was fun. I'm trying to track down any more of these that I can get. It was because they were just like, "What do we do? We don't. There's no new movie. We only got the original 3." They're like, "Let's start making some stuff up." These are, you can only get these at that time period. Yeah, so that's the other. That's what that is.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
And you've got your you have your Quintus on display over there, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, part of my Transformers the movie thing, which like I said, I do have I got a whole gallery of photos that I just took.
Yeah. So we'll have a look at that maybe next week.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do today with the in collection critiques? Okay. Spin, have you had a chance to look for those photos?
Oh, okay, excellent.
You got that queued up. Okay.
Are we gonna be able to hear it?
We're about to find out.
Mm-hmm. Nobody knows for sure, but I intend to find out. Oh yeah, yep, we can hear it. So, yeah, if anything, it was kind of loud.
Excellent.
Like, yeah, we can hear that. That's good.
Sound is working.
Yeah.
Finally. Imagine if we had a podcast where like we could actually control the tech to like do what we want when we wanted it. Imagine how good that would be. All right. So how long is this video, Spin?
Oh, okay, that's fine.
All right. So do you want to give it any introduction, or should we just roll it and then we'll give our responses? Maybe give a little context for why we're showing it here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. So good.
I'm interested in hearing more details. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, but you already know which side of this debate I'm on, at least going into it.
Well, I'm not entirely clear. It's not a. Is it a debate? It's a question.
I mean, well, to me, there's no such thing as too big.
Ah.
The bigger.
I mean, I have some thoughts,
like,
but I do.
I'm irritated that there's no 6 foot Transformers.
Yeah, so I mean, I have some thoughts, but I want the context of the full video to properly understand.
And you guys, I mean, we've talked on the channel already about the Like Toys Metroplex.
Yeah.
And I imagine he's going to talk about it. We'll see. But yeah, I'm ready. Let's roll it.
It sounds like Doom music.
Sorry, you should announce what's the name of his channel? I suppose. Okay. I suppose you can't shout out the group. You don't remember which group it was? All right.
Yeah. Well, I know that feeling. You're like, where is all my stuff? I've had that a few times in my life.
All right. Let's roll the clip. Full screen. And let's load.
I love that. I love that Megatron figure, by the way. That's one of my favorites.
We've discussed it, and I got it, and I acknowledged, even though, Beast Wars sucks, that's a good figure.
Hey. At some point, I gotta rant about that. But
at some point, don't you rant about it every episode?
Yeah, but I mean, I gotta present the important historical reasons.
Fair enough. Why don't you make a little video?
Yeah, and I'll start with it. I'll start with the same music and everything.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Spin, I think you can turn it down a little bit. That's good. That's good.
We'll see how.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Put it up.
And I thought to just do a TFN question. If anybody wants to get involved in video responses, then please do get involved. Or comment below the video. So I've just been thinking right now, and I'm pretty sure this question's been asked before on forums and on social media, whatever, and no doubt on YouTube. But it's a question. Now, the reason why I'm asking this question is because most of you will probably be aware.
Oh, no.
Oh, what were we? I was on the edge of my seat. What are most of us aware of?
that there is a massive Metroplex being.
I knew he was going to say Metroplex.
I think by Like Toys, I believe. Yeah. So I asked this question: when is it going to get to the
I
point
disagree.
Of too big? Transformers getting too big. Now, of course,
no
I've got
such.
to make it clear that this Metroplex I'm talking about isn't big
enough.
Figure,
it's not big enough.
But it is so huge. Is there a problem with them being too big, or are people fine with them being massive, as big as that Like Toys Metroplex? Or are you genuinely concerned that the way things are going is that they're going to get so big that nobody's going to be able to put them in their collection rooms, because there's just no space for, definitely no space for me to put anything of that size in my room. And I think a majority of collectors will have the same problem. I mean, it's going to have to be a freestanding thing that stands on the floor only. So it's going to take up a lot of floor space. Now, we have Titan figures that Hasbro and Takara have produced, which obviously
they're
we've
too
had
small.
Metroplex.
Nosley, you know they're
Black
too small.
Zarak, we've had Scorponok, we've had Brave Max, we've had Fort Max, we've had all those figures re-released within the past couple of years or so. And they are very big boys, and I think their size is a good size. It's, yes, too big for me still, unfortunately, but yet it's doable. They're not going to take as much space up as that big Like Toys figures. So what are your thoughts on this? Excuse me. So what are your thoughts on this? When is it going to get to the point of your Transformers being too big, your big massive city formers like Trypticon and so on? When's it going to get to the point where
Trypticon is definitely too small compared to Metroplex in the Titan class. Anthony, would you agree with that? Titan Trypticon to Metroplex, he only comes up to his chest.
Yeah, I mean, if they're not scaled the same to each other, then that is kind of an annoying thing.
Like Metroplex can't reach out and grab him by the neck like in the cartoon, right? You have to. It's more like Metroplex and his big dog. Like that's what they look like.
And they did the right thing when they scaled
just leave it.
and
we'll stop talking when he gets back on. Leave it on play. You were saying, Anthony?
They did it right when they made Scorponok and Fort Max the same size for the first time ever when they did their Titans.
Exactly. So they nailed it there, finally. But the Trypticon came out before that. And the Trypticon is a pretty cool figure. It's not well reviewed because there are quality issues. There's QC issues with it. This got hip joint issues.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
But I have it, and it's one of the Titans that I did get around to taking out the box, and it is it's an impressive display piece. And I had it. I don't think I have it on display now. I don't even know where it is. But I had it out, and I had all the Legends figures all around it. I had my Galvatron sitting on top of it, and then I had my Legends Springer hanging from a string, flying in to attack him. It was pretty cool.
There we go.
Get to the point where a company's going to produce figures of that magnitude of size. When are you going to say enough is enough? This video isn't.
When are you going to stand up for your rights and say we like small things only?
If you've got the space for it, or if you don't have the space for it, but you still want it, all power to you. End of the day, it is a pretty impressive piece of plastic. They've managed to engineer something so big. It is actually quite impressive. But at the same time, when do you ask the question of when is it too big and when do you say no? So let me know. Looking forward to some of your responses. See you soon.
All right.
I mean, here's what I really don't get. Maybe you guys will have a different opinion. It'd be cool if we have a diversity of opinion here. But for me, I really don't even see the point of making the video, because it's not like these guys are making these. It's not like there's any risk that because these really large scale Transformers are being produced, they're not going to make smaller ones for people who don't have space to display large figures. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like there's going to be a trend. If anything, the risk is the opposite. So what Bobby Skullface has been talking about in a lot of his videos over the last 2 years is how the development of the Legend scale collector's game has affected Masterpiece, and the fact that there's less and less new Masterpiece figures coming out because because there's frankly more money to be made by third-party companies selling Legends figures, just because there's a bigger market for, people can't afford the big Masterpiece figures. So I mean, it's gonna be a limited thing. A number of people who can afford the Like Toys Metroplex, even if it does go to production, which is still up in the air. And of course, we're all just in the Transformers community in general is just hoping that Hasbro can maintain the Titan class line, because Titan class does seem to be a bit of a risk, especially, given that history of so many of them going to clearance, right? So those are big, expensive items. They got to pay a lot to ship them. If those don't sell in the stores at the retail price they planned, they got to clearance those out. It's a chance that they're going to stop making Transformers at that scale. So I think the risk is that large Transformers are not likely to get made. And I think we're lucky to live in the era where we are getting these giant Transformers made. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I will concur that I'm impressed that Titans are still a thing in the main line. I always assumed that each one is going to be the last one, and then I'm surprised when it's not. Like, because once they finished doing the City Bots, I was like, surely they're going to retire the class, but no, they've just kept it going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're trying to. So I know a fair bit about it. The channel I cite a lot, the YouTube channel Tidarium Hanger. Mike has been in contact with the producers of that figure, and he's done a number of videos on it. So what the creators are aiming to price it at is under $1,000. So they don't know what it's going to be when it finally comes out, but they're aiming to keep it under $1,000 US.
Huh.
And it's 4 feet tall.
Oh,
so
boy.
I think it's a fair price for what you get. Like, certainly not everybody can afford it. But I think the fact that they're aiming to keep it under $1,000, I think that's value for the money when you consider other kinds of Transformers collectibles in that price range, right? So you have like the Transforming Optimus, which, we debated about the price. We talked a lot about it. And then what else do you have? You have statues. People are spending $1,500, $2,000 for some of these statues, which are very impressive, but they don't do anything. So I think a transforming figure 4 feet tall, I think that's fair. And considering we paid $600 for Unicron, right?
Mm-hmm.
HasLab Unicron. It's 20, I forget, 27 inches. I haven't even taken mine out the box, but I think it's, Anthony, maybe I think it's like 27.
I don't have the memory for numbers. I mean, I saw one at TFCon, so I do physically know how big it is, but I don't know what that translates to.
Yeah, even if he's 30 inches, think about that, right? This Metroplex is going to be 48 inches.
Let me look that up right quick.
So it's going to tower over the HasLab Metroplex. He's looking it up. I'm guessing.
Yeah, 33 inches tall is what the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so 33 compared to 48.
Mm-hmm.
So it's literally going to be a foot taller.
Mm-hmm.
More than.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, I was going to say
and that was 600. So if you get 4 feet for under 1,000, that's bang for buck.
Yeah. I mean, my scattered thoughts about it are, as long as the market supports it, because I'm like, I'm not getting something like that.
Yeah. Bill, Bill is going to buy it. I'm going to buy it.
Yeah. And I'm the biggest thing I think of is he did bring this up during the review. Like, I remember when Unicron was coming out.
Sorry to interrupt. And obviously JS is going to buy it. And you know what that's going to finally get him.
What is it going to get him?
Well, ask Jess if you don't know. Do you remember who JS is?
Not offhand.
The guy whose collection Jess.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. So JS is getting one, and he's gonna get some.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just move on. Now let's move on.
Yeah.
We kept it clean. Let's move on.
Yeah, I'm like, let's make this one not get demonetized.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I got in trouble. I got in trouble from my mom for how raunchy we got on that episode.
Yeah. This is what happens when you invite a rogue element on.
That's right.
Such as my lovely fiance. Right. Anyway. Yeah.
And only you can say that.
Yeah. I think that I think about when Unicron came out and I was having my big am I gonna get this? Catch me by a lake skipping stones, one of the things was I did take out a measuring stick and I was like, I don't have anywhere I can put this within my and I wasn't even in this house at the time. In the other house I was in, I was like, I don't have anywhere I can legitimately
within
put
your
this.
life. Not even within your house, but within your life. Where would I put this?
And that was before the price. So I look at these guys that are even bigger than that, and I'm like, where are these guys keeping this stuff? I guess they have like a dedicated space for something that large, right? Because I'm like,
just want you transform him into a coffee table.
Yeah.
just
so I'm like,
throw out that old coffee table you're using and use your Metroplex instead.
I'm almost because I'm morbidly fascinated because it feels a bit like an arms race because I'm like, they're going to be too big when nobody wants to buy it and a company goes bust trying to sell a 7-foot Fortress Maximus that nobody wants to buy. That's when they're going to be too big,
Okay, well, here there is one example of that. So I have another thing that I never opened up out the box, but is one of the most impressive collectibles I think that you can get for Transformers. Is by a company called I forget now, Lewin Factory or Lewin It's called Lewin Resources. So the Lewin Resources Optimus Prime, and that is about 2 feet tall. I think it's 24 inches tall. It's just a KO of MP10, but it's KO of MP10 done perfectly to the nines. With extra LEDs all over the place and all chromed out and all really nice paint. So it's a massive, and the truck is this big, just the Optimus Prime cab is this big, and the whole thing is this big. So it's a huge chunk, it's a heavy duty toy. So now that and that was only $300 when it came out. Now that was a lot of money. When I bought that $300, I'm like, am I going to buy a $300 Transformer? Now regular Masterpiece figures, some of them are $300. But at the time, that was one of the most expensive toys, most expensive Transformers that I had seen. So I have that. Now, the same company put out, I'm sure you've seen it, Anthony. Mm-hmm. They put out a 12-inch doll of Spike. It's like a 12-inch Spike with his cap and his boots and whatever. And everybody on the forums are like, who wants this figure? Yeah. Nobody wants this. It doesn't scale with their Optimus Prime. It doesn't scale with anything. Why do you want a giant Spike? So I'm sure that nobody bought that, and I'm sure it's I don't know where it is. I don't see it up on Show Z anymore. But that was just a bad business decision.
Did it make it into production even?
Yeah. It's well, maybe it didn't. Because I remember seeing it, up for sale. I think it was up for sale. So I do think they produced it. But I don't know anybody who has it. I've never seen a review of it. I don't know anybody who would buy it. It was just a weird thing to make. No, it was like $80. It was like $80 or $100 or something. It's for collectors. It's for Transformers G1 collectors. What are you putting it with? I just don't get it. Like it'd be
What
one
was the
thing to
name of the
make
company? I want to try and find a picture
Lewin,
of this just while we're
Lewin,
talking.
Lewin Resources Spike. Put it on the screen.
If I can find it. But keep talking. I'm just looking it
No,
up.
I guarantee you it'll be the first result. Lewin Resources Spike. I suppose. Right.
You know, that does seem like something that would happen on the Generation 1 cartoon, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there was Autobot X, right? Autobot Spike, where he became a robot. So why not zap him and make him giant, the size of a transformer?
Yeah, I got a. Yeah, I got a. It's on Show Z store. Let me just pop it up.
I mean, as far as I know, it's just still for sale. Like nobody bought it. There's thousands. There's a few thousand of them sitting there in the factory.
Where is it? There we go.
It's on sale. Look, it was $80. Now it's on sale for $60. Look at it. It just looks like even like nobody wants this. Even the face, it doesn't even look good. You know what? I take it back. No, it's not Spike, but actually the face does look good. It looks like an anime. It looks like a Japanese anime thing. You know, it doesn't look bad.
I was going to say,
look
like,
bad. It's just, why does anybody want it?
Yeah, and like for what it is, it looks good, but I'm just like, why did they make this?
Yeah. Now, if they made an Optimus Prime to scale with this figure, that might be too big.
Yeah. Here's what I want to know. Do these guys do they also make like other dolls? Was this a case of maybe they were already in this business?
No, I'm telling you, the only thing that they ever made is okay, let me show you the other thing that they made, which is really cool. Just click on Lewin Resources. Oh yeah, let's read the reviews. Yeah, you can read the reviews.
Yeah, let's
Okay, so I guess 28 people bought it. No, just go back up there. You go back up to the top. You just click on those stars so you can get to the reviews.
I really like this
2
figure.
stars. Yeah.
Too bad it didn't come with an open hand.
Zoom out a bit so we can see the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, somebody likes it. Go ahead, Anthony. You read.
I really like this figure. Too bad it didn't come with an open hand. It came with feet, but I don't know where to fit it. I think it's missing ball joints.
What?
The helmet is crooked. I don't know if that's wrong or right. The gun's lead doesn't work.
Well, how many stars? This guy gave it 3 stars. 3 stars, and he's in the UK, and he took pictures to prove that he really bought it. All right, and what did people?
This guy's like,
read the responses.
This guy's like, holy crap! Someone actually bought this.
Yeah,
it doesn't sound good at all. No wonder we never got a spark plug.
Somebody actually bought this. That's my thought. Somebody actually bought this. Okay, read the other. What's the other comment?
He just took a few pictures, and the other guy was like, oh wow, this doesn't sound good at all. No wonder we never got a spark plug. Sorry this purchase turned out so bad. F or you.
Yeah. Very fun figure to have, even if you don't think you need it. Yeah, because there are some people who think they need it, apparently. For those who have the Lewin OSOS, you need this.
I bet that's the big Optimus they're talking about.
I don't know. Click. Can you copy that link and see what he's talking about? Oversize. See if it said OSOP. Yeah, it must be the oversized Optimus Prime. But let's check. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Yes, but no, it's just this.
It's a review. I'm just gonna mute that. Yeah, it's just a review of him. I don't see any scale things.
Yeah, see if he scales it with anything. Yeah, no. Box looks okay. I like the box art. No, it's trash. Go back to Shozi. Look, he's got lipstick. What the hell?
Yeah.
Just received fun edition, great articulation, hefty, great details. Comes with feet as well. What is it with the feet?
But no additional ankle joints for feet. I hope they make the other humans.
Okay, so...
Look at his eyes.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, he's got the look. Yeah, that you see which sound wave.
Oh, that's the
yours.
recent sound wave. That's the Kingdom Core one that I have.
That you reviewed. Okay,
Yeah.
so finally, there is something you could put it with.
It's the world's smallest
Oh,
movie.
that's cute. Isn't that sweet? See, they show pictures like that, and now I feel bad that I've been bad-mouthing it this whole time.
And this is a Photoshop because this actually doesn't scale like that.
Okay, no, but think about this. Now, if you how big would that Bumblebee be?
That's one of those the recent like world's smallest guys. So that's miniature.
No, but the other one, the one that was photoshopped, right?
Yeah.
This is a 12-inch spike. So imagine if it wasn't photoshopped, that would be your 20-inch Bumblebee.
Oof. I mean,
which thank God it doesn't exist, because
I'm pretty sure. I mean, they've made stuff. Okay, well, I don't think any of them were that big. They made like
Anthony, do you understand? 20 inches. That is the size. That is the size of the Combiner Wars Devastator, right? So if this picture was real, then that Bumblebee would be the size of Devastator.
Yeah, they made a few
Vintage,
like
Toy War Vintage Review says this is getting weird. This is the guy. Wait, let's put it in perspective. This is the guy who.
Oh, look at this guy. Look at this review.
This is pretty funny. Go ahead and read it to us.
This is pretty funny. Not sure at what level of Transformers fandom you have to be to purchase a 12-inch Spike doll for your shelf. I guess I'm not there. Maybe if they would have made his face fully cartoon accurate, but the realistic take on what he would look like, not for me. Why did this guy review it if he didn't get it?
Oh, it's a comment. It's not a review. It's a comment. Did he give it stars? Yeah, he didn't give it any stars. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Toy War Vintage Reviews on YouTube says, I need an adult.
Okay, so we saw that.
Toy Warp, I feel you, bro.
Really cool figure.
Clearly no adults in the room.
I wish they made a whole subline of these with humans like Raoul, the Bot Trio, Marissa, and obviously Daniel and Carly. Or maybe the Master Force crew in human form. That would be cool to have real action figures, not the super tiny pilots. Yeah, but if you have the super tiny pilots, you can get them to pilot the Transformers.
So anyway, it's a fair debate. Like, there's a bunch of people who feel the same as us. I wonder what kind of collector would really need this.
Yeah.
Right? But then there's other people who enjoy it. So, let me show you this, in case Spin, you probably haven't seen it. Just to show you that, like, the company is not nuts, because they did do another thing. Click on Lewin Resources. There you go. And look at their Captain America Optimus.
Yeah, right there. Here.
I don't know if you've seen that, Spin. Yeah. That is a good toy. So look at that, $400, right? But that's the same oversized Optimus Prime, just repainted as Captain America. So that is a nice figure. So like they made this amazing Optimus Prime, then they do an amazing recolor, and then they make this 12-inch Spike doll. Like, and then strangely they disappear.
So they're not in business no more, eh?
No, I mean, yeah, no, not since that Spike, and that was a couple years ago.
So when is a Transformer too big? When it's 12 inches and also a human character.
Right, and it doesn't transform. Yeah. It doesn't transform, and it's a human, and it's 12 inches. So that is our answer to TF Knowsley. And with that, let us welcome the great Michael Orlotti to the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause, please.
Yay.
Thank you. It's been a long time, guys.
It's been a long time. Too long.
Yeah, too long.
Now, Michael,
she said. Yes.
Are you excited about adding this 12-inch Spike doll to your doll collection? Because I'm sure.
Well,
no, it scales. Look, it's gonna scale with your Barbies. It's to scale with all your Barbie dolls.
Well, I'm just saying, having a 12-inch Spike.
It's nothing new to me.
Right? I think that'd be a hell of a collection to have. Are we starting already?
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Exactly. Anyway. Okay, yeah, that's a great pose there of Spike.
This segment brought to you by Sapio Nexus Maximus.
There you go.
Show us on the doll where the 12-inch spike hurt you, says Toy Warp Vintage Reviews on YouTube.
Right about there.
Ban from YouTube.
The YouTube upload, this is just going to have a silent film scene missing here for a bit.
Right about there. You should.
Yeah, sure, yeah. No, that's a good point. That's a good point.
I know I just got into this conversation, but I'm pretty sure I said it before. I don't understand why they never really did this particular, figure in the Transformers line, because let's face it. I know we don't like humans in our movies and stuff like that, right? But at the same time, too, they do belong in the Transformer universe, and having Spike, or having like the other characters like Daniel and all that kind of stuff, they belong, right? And I just don't understand why it took so long to do these kind of characters. So yeah. Hats off for this.
So really, so you like this? So this is a 12-inch figure.
Yeah.
You think okay? So wow.
I do, I do, because it's part of what we grew up with, right?
Yeah, but my point is, what are you going to scale it with? Like I could understand
Metroplex.
I could understand you can't scale this with Metroplex.
I know.
So like if you made a spike, like a well articulated spike at a 3 3/4 inch, I could understand that.
Yeah. Right?
Because that you could put it with your masterpiece figures. Doesn't scale with your masterpiece figures even, but you could at least put it there, right? Like the cartoon, the scale's way off anyway.
Right.
So 3 3/4 you could get away with, but more than that, even a 6-inch figure, it can't go with anything. You know what?
I look at it like this here, D. I look at this as like a bust, like like those
sure, yeah.
Like that's
no, it works as exactly. It works as a standalone, and then it would work. And then as everybody in these comments is saying, is like, okay, if you had some of the other human figures, if you had Sparkplug to go with this guy, then okay, that could be a shelf. Yeah,
you should have the whole family there.
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
And then even some of the other figures, the non-humanoid. Well, they're humanoids, but they're not humans. The smugglers, the guy that looks like I forget his name. The guy that looks like a pig head.
Yeah, no, I like those. I like them. I was thinking that we reach a certain number of subscribers on Patreon and we release those little guys. But I wasn't thinking they would be 12 inches.
Yeah. So something that made me. This conversation made me think of anybody remember the Human Alliance figures from the live action movies? Because I think they sort of had the right idea. Because those were like alternator
were they like
size.
G.I. Joe figures.
Yeah, the 2.5 inches was how big the humans were that came with these guys, and and they could ride in the car mode, and the other stuff was just like gimmicks. I'm like, these two.
Like, this I like. Yeah. This is great.
Yeah.
Do those figures? So I have a bunch of alternators, but I didn't know they made characters that would fit inside them. Does this Spike? Will he actually fit in all the alternators?
I believe so, because the Human Alliance figures, like the robots, were the same scale as the alternators line. So I'm pretty sure.
And that's what this is. This is Human Alliance. That's what we're looking at.
Yeah. These came out second movie and the third movie, and they are movie figures that are the same scale as the alternators line, and they come with the human drivers.
Okay. Obviously, they don't. It looks like that Bumblebee doesn't have the same level of articulation as the alternators, right? So it looks more simplified.
Yeah. Well, these were just These were more like mainline aimed than collector aimed.
Yeah. But like as a kid, like I would love this toy, right? Because you do have like we don't have a lot of toys like that. Like this has the full functionality. You got the transforming robot, and you have a somewhat posable figure. I'm not sure if he has elbows there, but he looks like he's got knees. You know, he's got at least a 5 or 7 points of articulation.
Yeah. Like I don't remember the stats, but he was decently reviewed at the time. I remember that. So like,
it looks good.
I know he's got a battle mask too. So
you know, it looks arguably better than the. I'm not sure if this is better or worse than the GI Joe one that's coming out. The GI Joe Bumblebee crossover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like you know, as we discussed, like if that was Hound, right, it'd be the same kind of idea here. And that is definitely something we always wanted as kids. Like if the GI Joe figures had vehicles that transformed, that would be dope.
They did a barricade there. It came with Frenzy, as you can see. Okay. And you see he can ride inside.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember seeing this either. But Orlati, I'm more surprised with you because you follow the movies and stuff more than I do.
Hold on. Yes, you're right. I did watch the movie, and I do have some movie line figures, right? But I just don't remember recalling those particular Transformers that had the what's called the human counterpart.
I never saw this, and it looks really cool. But as I'm looking at these robots, like aside from the fact I don't like Bayverse design, setting that aside, like it really looks like the knees. It doesn't look like they have good joints in those robots.
Yes, sometimes better than nothing, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like I do love this feature with the action figure.
Yeah, the action figure with the door opening like that, and you see that figure coming out.
It's very cool.
There's the Skids RC Michaela 3 set.
Is there any third party that does something like that, but like obviously in a better way?
No.
If there is, I don't know about it.
There's not.
Okay.
Nothing as good as this, right? Mm-hmm. Of course, the bots are better. But like that looks awesome with the chick sitting on the motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised I've never seen this. Like this looks, and that looks like she's got some good articulation there.
Yeah, and they don't show it here, but that was a transformable RC also, so it was like a 3-pack.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I don't recall that at all.
This is one of these characters we always make fun of, right? That we hate. But like that, but who is that female character? Was she in the movie?
Yeah, it's Michaela. That's Megan Fox's character. Oh, okay. There's the motorcycle transforming. It's not much, but like it was a small thing.
So horrible.
Trash. But you know what? I don't want any of those robots, but I'll take the Michaela figure.
Is that what he said?
That's what he said. Clearly. Fair enough. So, you know what I thought would be cool for us to compare. Just back when you were showing back at the beginning of the episode, when you were showing the Orion Pax that's coming out from Hasbro. I don't know if anyone's done this, but you could just pull up the KFC is releasing a repaint of their cup. So there's Keith's Fantasy Club, KFC made, or X-Transbots, same company, made a cup, and they've recolored it as Orion Pax. And so
I see.
So let's compare that to the Hasbro one. It'd be interesting to see the mainline recolor of cup into Orion Pax compared to the third-party recolor into Orion Pax. See what you guys think.
So before we get there, they're the fun facts. Did you know Cup originally in the 1986 movie was supposed to be a tank, and his name was Tankor?
I just recently saw that in the video, yeah.
Yeah. And then what's called Ultra Magnus was supposed to have more of the Cup look.
And his name was just Magnus.
Magnus, and then when he got the Matrix, he became Ultra. Yeah. You saw that video too?
Yeah, I mean, so this came out because the script was released.
Yeah,
and I think Anthony, I think that you said that Chris McFeely did a video about it, which I haven't seen that video, but I think multiple people have done videos about this because now the script is out, people are making videos out of it.
He didn't do a video about it. He was one of the 2 people that was presenting it at the convention. Later on, he did a Twitter thread where he just went through it like with the art and everything, like in brief.
So you know what? That was like such an amazing thing, and it's funny how it was supposed to come out like the first season, like the second season.
Yeah.
Right.
They started making it early, right? Because movies take time.
In '84, they started writing in '84.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So look at these Junkions. Show us the Junkions here.
Yeah. Right here.
Oh, nice.
So I'll tell you which ones I have. I think that I have Dregs, Cast Off. I do not have Scraps, and I do have Gunker, and I have no, wrong. I have Gunker. I have Dregs, and then I have the two original ones. So I don't have Scraps. I don't have Cast Off. And now it looks like can you scroll? Is there another one here?
Here?
Yeah, here.
Dump Yard.
Okay,
That's
Dump Yard.
an unfortunate name.
Okay, no. So the first two that came out were, of course, Retgar and Dump Yard. So I got those guys, and then a year later they came out with these four. And so I got two of these, and I skipped two of them. And now, scroll up. I think there's another one. I think they're releasing like two more again.
Yeah, right here.
Look at that. So now now it's not 6. Now there's 8 of them. And I only have 4. It says this is an outrage.
What are you doing, D? Hurry up.
I don't know. I thought like when there were 6, I was happy only having 4. But now there are 8. I don't think it's respectable that I only have 4. So I'm going to have to buy at least 2 more.
You gotta get that junk. You gotta get that junkyard.
Wait,
look at that,
did they release
Psycho.
another 4? Maybe there's 10 of them. I can't keep track.
Can you add Psycho
Sanford.
to that junkyard and make him the leader?
Yeah, you can. So
Awesome.
all these guys, you can pop off the arms, part of the play feature. Yeah, with that. So I definitely got to get the Psycho. So
that's that thing that you said they should have done with Retgar, like retooled him into Psykill.
Yeah.
This is Retgar. Yeah, this is Retgar returning to Cycle. So you could pull off his arm and stick it on the other one, and you can like take different pieces from any of these Junkions and interchange them. So you can make like an infinite number of variations of Junkions.
That's nice.
Quite a few. The TF wiki has an article on it. A lot of them just got named in like production materials instead of in like the film proper.
In the film, there was only Retgar had a name, right?
Yeah.
But that looks dope, right? Look at the face. The face sculpt is pretty good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this one I have to not skip. Like the other ones are all kind of like they're a little bit redundant, but this.
There's a money shot, eh?
Here's the standout. Yeah, that's pretty tune accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Like considering it's just a repaint, like that is very accurate.
I just don't like the spikes on the tire. That's the one thing I don't like.
Yeah, it's inherited from the Junkions.
Yeah.
That's a detail they could have changed.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's too bad they didn't give him just his regular wheels, because you can get the spiky wheels with all the other Junkions. So they should have given him his non-spiky wheels. But they don't look bad. But yeah, it's not tune accurate.
Yeah, I wonder. Compare this to the Action Toys one that they did of him that was its own dedicated tooling. I wonder which one would be better.
Interesting to know. Like, I mean, this is a really well-reviewed mold in and of itself. I would prefer this with like if I would like to see chrome on the on the arms and the thighs.
Yeah, I remember because I had the Action Toys one lent to me for an early review. Like it didn't have chrome, but they used shiny metal paint on its limbs to sort of give it the chromey look.
Yeah, so
I
would like that a little better.
His black and green figure, if you remember, when they recolored him, his engine in the middle there that you have to attach to, that was chrome.
Those are just proto pics.
Yeah.
Looks like the prototype was going to have silver limbs.
Yeah, so they kind of cheaped out on. I think they just decided not to paint it, which is too bad.
For another $5.
Skimped out on the paint. Yeah, I'm surprised they don't have a shot of him fighting Megatron.
Yeah, no kidding.
They have that one shot of him holding the gun.
Oh,
where is it?
Right
Yeah.
right there.
Oh yeah, nice. Very cool. Oh, that's pretty cool. With the even with a little bit of smoke effect, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm just over here like they should do this with Studio Series Wreck-Gar. I would 100% get that because it was already a good tooling, and
Yeah.
this is showing that it can work as a retool.
So do you want to compare the Orion Pax?
I couldn't find him. I was looking for him here on Showz's page.
Well, no, it's not out yet. It's not. Just search the internet. Just do XTB Orion Pax.
Oh, it's not KFC. Okay,
Oh yeah, sorry, my fault.
that's why I was like I couldn't find anything that was that. Oh, okay, here we go. Color renders. And this is okay. So this is recent. This is from August.
Oh,
He looks
That's
pretty
pretty
good
nice.
though, doesn't he?
Yeah, so
That
you
looks
know,
pretty
like
nice.
this is a CAD render. So like as we saw with the Psykill, obviously, you know, some luster might be lost once it moves into a physical product. But this is a good concept.
but the mole itself, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that they gave him a trailer. You never see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's cool, isn't it? And the trailer opens up into like a little. You'll see when we get to it. Opens up to a little battle station or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
very-
yeah. There we go.
Look, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me a lot of G1 Rodimus Prime.
Yeah. The like rolling floor that thing was. Yeah,
it kinda
especially at
looks
the
like
back.
it looks like a rolling Teletran 1 station.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's interesting that this is like stuck around as a concept because the reason that Cup becomes Orion Pax is because in the early 2000s, when Takara was doing all those G1 reissues, they took the G1 Cup tooling and made like a quote unquote G1 Orion Pax by repainting him into that.
oh yeah, right. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
All
Yeah, so that's why this is like, and they've done some third parties have done this. They do it in generations. This is why like Orion Pax as a Cup retool is like stuck around as a thing.
And so you know what's ironic about this is that so this is X Transbots, and X Transbots also did the sweeps, and we've looked at on the show before other people, they haven't done it themselves, X Transbots, but individual customizers have repainted their third party sweep as Alpha Trion.
Yeah, and which that official set that we just looked at actually did, right?
Where's my point? Yeah. So like KFC figures work as a parallel to that, as a masterpiece version of what Hasbro's doing the mainline version of.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it looks good.
Like if this was on the store shelves, I'll buy it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're good. There's the Studio Series one's going to exist soon.
Yeah, but I mean, Anthony, you got to admit this one blows away the Studio Series, no?
I mean, it looks about the same to me from here, except this one's bigger and probably more complicated.
Look at his eyes. His eyes are pretty.
Compare side by side. Open another tab and
Yeah,
compare.
let's have a look.
Yeah.
You're saying they're virtually identical, but that's without looking side by side. Like you look at the gaps in the arms.
Look at the wiki article because it's always the easiest way for me to
get there.
Sponsored by Wiki Transformers. Yes, we want some money, Wiki.
And yeah, it's a Generations toy, so that would be Legacy probably. There we go.
I mean, not a bad looking toy.
Yeah.
The legs are a little thick for me. And then you got the wheels in the front there too.
Yeah, very, very similar. I'm surprised how, looking at side by side, how similar a lot of the sculpted details are actually.
Yeah.
You know what? The top part looks pretty similar. It's just the bottom part that you can see the difference.
I thought it would be more different than that. Because I'm like the chest's the same. They got the abs there. Same head. This guy doesn't have a backpack. That guy does have a backpack.
Oh yeah, backpack.
Yeah.
Backpack. And like the plastic, I mean, well, I guess the one is real, one's not. But you can tell like the plastic quality is going to be very different.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to judge material quality just because we don't have a hard copy of this to look at yet.
No, well, we can we can say so because like the cup is already out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I can tell you what those figures feel like, and you know when you see this, you know what that plastic feels like. Like you've seen that, you've handled that.
I have Cup, the Studio Series guy that this is a retool of, so I know.
Can you see? Can you find another one? Go back to the Hasbro. See if you can find one where we see a different angle of his arms, because I think he's got gaps in the other side of his arms. That are unsightly.
Let's see.
I'm not at all saying this isn't a nice figure. It's just like the difference between us, like what the price that these should be is like that, not what the price that they will be, right? The price they should be is that Orion Pax figure should be $15, right?
Mm-hmm.
Really, it's going to be more like 25, right? The equivalent of.
In the States. Let's
yeah,
remind our viewers that in the States.
It doesn't look too. Yeah, I'm talking US dollars.
No.
Okay, the gaps in the forearms are not as bad as I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
It looks pretty good. But like if this was $15 or $20, and then the XTB one is more like $80, right? And it's like same character. What do you want to pay the extra money for it? And I think that that's a fair comparison.
See, I like the break, like you see in this particular mold. I like the break that they did in his arms, like the color break. Here it's like all one red, and here you got the gray in the middle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
Yeah. Yep. And it's also a double joint as opposed to a single elbow joint there.
Yeah.
On the of course it's going to be much higher articulated. But Anthony, to your point, the X-Transbots is known for terrifying transformations. So like this is a nightmare. Boy. It's a nightmare to go back and forth with the.
I am explicitly on record as not being a fan of that.
Yeah,
I will take sacrifices for a transformation I can do in like a minute.
So you pull a bill and you buy two.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah. Why not buy both? Both?
But then it's like, why are you purchasing a figure that converts if you cannot convert it? Why should I purchase two if it cannot do? Because it cannot do the thing it's supposed to do.
We have to wait for Bill to answer that question.
Yeah.
No, but
it's not that it can't convert. It's just that you needed the afternoon to do it.
Yeah. I'm a busy guy. I like figures that I can pick up and like keep at my desk and transform like
sure
between breaks at work or something.
Yeah, but this is the difference between you're buying quality and you're spending more money, right? So when you're buying quality and you're spending money, you want the thing to be a little bit more intricate and complicated and feeling good in your hands and all that. And then if you just want to play around with something and after the 20th billionth time you transform it, there is that chance of that, figure breaking. So you don't mind paying that $15, right?
Think about it this way. There's fast food, and then there's a meal that you're going to sit down and you're going to enjoy over a couple hours with friends and family and take your time. Right? You're not going to wolf it down in between rushing to meetings.
Yeah. I guess I have an appetite for junk food. These spiders are junk food. Like I changed both of these just at the table while I was talking. See, that's exactly what I'll do with these, right?
Were you hanging around with Bill Gates?
I don't understand that reference.
Yeah, Mike does. Never mind. I don't want to say anything really good.
Mike is ghosting on us.
Yeah. He was like, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, no, but I like this figure. I like the fact that it also comes with the trailer in the back there.
Yeah, I do admit that's a neat idea. Orion Pax doesn't really have a defined vehicle mode, so why not give him a trailer just to cement the homage a bit more?
Yep.
I wonder if anybody has got all these Junkions and done a cool display with them. Why don't you try typing in XTB Junkion's display and see if we get anything.
Well, here's a great challenge for our viewers. Anybody has all those Junkions on display, send us your photo, and we'll be glad to post it and show it.
Absolutely. Inquiring minds want to see.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that might be it. No, that's not. That's not KFC.
I feel hungry now. Every time you guys say KFC, it's like I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, exactly. So all right. So this is only that's 5 of them, and that's obviously a promo shot by KFC, right?
Yeah.
That's 5 of the guys. But now it looks like they've released 8 of them. Okay. Oh, down there, it looks like there's one. There's another interesting picture. To the over to the that one looks cool. So that's the original. That's the 6 of them.
You know what? If I had this collection, I kid you not.
Isn't that awesome? Isn't that
no,
awesome?
it is. That's what I'm getting at. But I kid you not, in their transformation pose, I will buy little leather vests with their patches on it.
Little what? Vests.
Yeah.
Oh, so they could be a biker gang. Yeah, black leather jackets.
This is just becoming the Unrustables because those were orange bikes that were meant to be collected as a gang. So I'm looking at this and it's just making me think of that.
Imagine somebody who had the full set of Unrustables and then put they have one set of jackets and then you get all these guys and then you put them in jackets.
Jackets, yeah.
That would be a dope ass
with their own little patch. You know what I mean?
Right. With a J patch, whatever. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So these are still promo shots, which looks cool. I like seeing this, but I wonder who is gonna buy all these and then make a diorama.
Yeah. Again, I think this is just a promo.
Promo
image. It's also really crunchy.
Is that more than the 6 of them? Is that the 8 now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Maybe maybe they made 12. Maybe they made 12 of them.
This is a Facebook one. Keith's Fantasy Club. We're gonna get a good photo. I think it's just a tag. It's not the full thing. I can't easily look it up.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it was just a thought.
Yeah.
Explore. Yeah, that was their Facebook page.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool. That's a cool shot though, with the 12 of them right there.
Yeah, it looks like nobody's taken that photo.
I mean, I'm not even sure if all of them are out yet. Maybe when we were on Show Z, were they all for sale or were some for pre-order?
I got no idea at this point.
They might have been all for sale now, but I think they just recently, like those latest ones. I think those have just recently hit the market.
Oh, here we go. Here's the good quality version of that photo.
Yeah, wow. Look at that. So on the far left, that's Dump Yard. So I got that guy. And then in the center is Wreck-Gar. I have that guy. And those are the only 2 I can tell you for sure. And then I have 2 other ones I never opened.
There's 11 here, 12 if you count the Psykill that's not present. That's how many they've made.
Okay.
They should have Psykill right in the middle being initiated.
Yeah.
They should fake a screenshot from the animated movie of him really, really far in the background. Oh, you just never noticed.
Like he's photobombing.
Yeah.
So these are $112 each, right?
So that'd be an expensive display.
Yeah.
Wow. How many mortgages is he gonna take out?
100. Just call it round it to 120, right? 120 times 12. All right. Bill Glenn on Facebook says, "Sorry, mates, been a busy day getting my RV ready for Louder Than Life next week." That sounds pretty cool.
I wonder what that is. Yeah. I'm sure it's going to be very loud.
That would be my guess. That would be my guess. I suppose it's some kind of an RV convention. There's my guess. Spinister, what do you think?
So, someone
like music festival.
Yeah, that's what I'm putting my money on.
Phil Smart. See?
Metal
Coin.
Wow.
I called it. Rock on.
Bill, our question for you is, do you have any extra space in the RV for me?
No, it's taken up by his gigantic Metroplex.
Yeah, exactly.
Body count. a video that you guys watched that I didn't watch either? Okay.
Yeah, no, but I don't think you should replay it on the same stream. Just
Yeah.
recount the question.
Yeah.
I think the day that I can't fit that Transformer through my door.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one. Because I was talking about living spaces, but I wasn't even thinking about when you can't fit it through the doorway.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, Orlati's already on record saying that he thinks bigger is better when it comes to toys, and I'm pretty sure Bill is in the same boat.
I'm just like these giant things are something that if I'm not priced out of money wise, I'm priced out of space wise. So like they don't really do anything for me.
No, that is a good question because, like, first of all, we have like those Titan, Metroplex, and Devastator, and so forth, right? And then you have that what's called Unicron that's in a baby carriage, as stroller, and then we also had the what's called the oh my god, Optimus Prime that transform on its own on command and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, the Robo-Son.
Right.
And Bill on Facebook says, make a bigger door. Do you all have garages in Canada?
What's wrong with you people? You don't have garages?
Yes, we do.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to keep that figure in my garage.
Well, we also have igloos too, Bill.
You're gonna have to insulate your garage.
Right. No, but you see, this is coming from.
Are you gonna build an igloo for your Metroplex?
Exactly. But this is coming from a carpenter. Right?
That's true. That's true.
All you have to do is build a bigger house.
Tor Vintage on YouTube review says, 12-inch Spike isn't real. He can't hurt you. I'm just reporting the news. I'm not interpreting it.
I don't know, man. I saw some videos, man. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, if someone said, I don't want you to be alarmed, but a guy's coming over to see you with a 12-inch Spike. Like, I think that would be
what
concerning.
to do?
That would be concerning.
911. What's the emergency?
My robot called 911. All right, guys, it's getting to that time.
What time is it?
The time when we get too silly to be on the air.
Yeah, I saw last week's. 2 weeks ago show. Wow.
Yeah, that's why we were banned.
Wow.
We were banned for 1 week as a result.
We needed to take a week off. Talk about getting nailed, says Bill.
Again, coming from the carpenter.
Yeah, Bill. To a hammer. Everything looks like getting nailed. Yeah, we're assuming you saw. In case you didn't see it, there's a Lewin Resources third-party company made a 12-inch Spike doll, so it scales nicely with your Barbie dolls.
Yeah, I just popped it up.
We want to know, Bill, are you going to buy this figure? It's on sale right now, only $60, gone down from $80.
Yeah.
Well, listen, he's gonna buy it.
Only 7 days left. And look, here's the thing: you can army build because I guarantee you there are thousands of these that nobody is buying.
Yeah, you built. Oh, we saw all of them. We went through them all.
No, there was more. No, there's more. It said 28 more. You have to click on it, and it goes to the next page.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Listen,
Bill's gonna buy Spike when it's at what's that place called? $5.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Right. When it's on clearance at Ross or whatever. Ollie's. I don't play with doll. I play with
giant robots.
Yeah.
This doll is a weird one, too. Lewin is so proud of the face sculpt, but it looks nothing like Spike from the G1 cartoon. I know this is for their massive MP10 KO, but they took the wrong cues from Takara's minifigures. Most collectors don't like or use them. They are just junk that stays in the box. I can't think of a single person I know who would want to pay almost $80 for an oversized version. The only part of that I contest is the minifigures. They don't stay in the box. If you can ride them into the car, then...
Yeah,
everything else is valid.
But hold on, I just noticed something. Hold on, I just noticed something. If you could go back to the image, to me it looks like Luke Skywalker to a certain degree.
Yeah, like it's not a bad face sculpt. Like at first I was like, the face doesn't even look like him, and then I looked at it, I'm like, it doesn't, but it does look good.
No,
like
but
it looks like a cool anime figure, but it's not G1 accurate.
No, it's not. But it looks like Luke Skywalker from like a pose from New Hope.
Perhaps, yeah.
Think about it. Look at his face. Look at the gun pulse. Look at the boots. Right?
No, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Bill Glenn on Facebook says, if it's at give 5, I'll get them all and put them on Children of Primus.
Again, I called it. Yeah, at the time of this comment, this item costs 54 euros and 78 whatever. I don't know anyone who in their right mind would want this. Never mind spending that much on it. I am not being mean, just very honest. They want you to pay over half of 100 euros for a character that no one really cared about. Okay, I object to that statement.
I don't. I never cared about the humans. I'd be fine if Transformers never had humans in it or Bumblebee. Fuck all of them.
There may be...
Holy murder prime.
All right, let's read the rest. Hold on, why are you skipping? I want to hear the rest of that.
Yeah. There may be the rare one or two, but a Ken doll with some more or less nobody's head and a gun that goes pew-pew won't move this item. It's like poetry. I won't be getting one, and let's face it, a lot of the people here would much rather spend that on the true stars of the show, the Transformers, than Bob the Builder, Spike, dramatic pause, Spike, dramatic pause. He was not that relevant in the show either.
Murder Prime.
Not surprised this went on sale. What would you even want it for? It doesn't even match any scale. It would make some sense if it could scale with the MP figures. Nice figure indeed. Will pair well with our 1/6 scale Transformers. And this guy says, heck no, this is taller than your MPs. Sorry, taller than your MPs.
Yeah, get it right. Okay, here we go.
Can Paraceptor
thank you,
use his transmat reduction beam on him, please?
Yes.
Smaller spike to go with my MPs.
There you go. Transmat reduction beam. Now that's a real Transformers fan.
Ken doll for the Transformers collector? Scale is off. Maybe have 1/3 the size and half the price would have been better. I agree with that.
I agree.
This one guy just says, why would you want this? Why? No question mark.
And look what happened to the guy's eyes when he looked at it.
This is awesome, but scales with nothing. This guy looks amazing. Very nice detail. Spike MP figure. I am a 1/6 collector as well. Really tempting to get this, but the aesthetic of it wouldn't really fit in with the others. That's not English.
I don't know if you can see this. Can you see that?
Yeah, it looks good.
That's a figure. Doesn't it look like? Doesn't look. It's.
That looks a lot better.
Yeah, same pose.
That looks a lot better. That looks a lot better than this figure.
Right, but it's like I think it's a ripoff. To a degree, man.
You think it's the same kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, what does that say?
Oops. There we go. I don't know. That's another language. This figure looks so cool. Trying to find a place for him in my collection. Looks great and great idea. All right, so some positivity.
There you go.
This is once again another language.
He says it's too big for its MP scale. Togond I can read all languages. I'm a genius.
I wish he wasn't that big. Otherwise, I will be jumping on it.
Jumping on that 12-inch spike and
And this one
Wow.
says,
Getting hard.
pre-dropped, getting hard to pass that one.
Yep, exactly. That's the kind of person. That is exactly the kind of person that will buy this product.
If
Somebody
it
who's
becomes a
gonna
hit,
write
maybe
like
they
that.
will do Carly.
I don't know. It's a little hard to press that. I guess.
Why didn't they show him in scale with their own 28-inch Optimus Prime? That would have helped sell this figure. This one just says Han Solo.
All right. He's like,
As a fan of transforming
I thought
action
you guys
figures,
were done. I thought you guys were done with this topic. What are you doing?
as
you
a fan
back?
of transforming action figures, I've always wanted a dress-up Spike that could hang out in Barbie's dream house,
Yes, perfect. That's my point. That is my
or a
point.
Carly figure to complete the couple.
Hey, look, you could just use your Barbie and call her Carly.
That is true.
Yeah. Oh, look. Okay. Well, great minds think alike.
I would
man.
get this if it was 1/12 scale of smaller, but this is too tall, and I don't think you need this. Only die-hard fans of Spike would get this. Wait, is that a thing?
Yeah, I was just going to say it.
Don't know why this is a thing. TBH, it's really stupid. It's the size of a Ken doll, and I don't want to know what people who buy this Ken-sized Pike doll intend on doing with it. It's a bit of a CR EEP item, TBH. I said it before. No one in their right mind will buy this thing.
That's the perfect Big Bill. That was big. Let's close on Big Bill's comments.
Oh my god.
By Big Bill. Yeah, Bill, was this you? Did you?
Yeah, that could be Bill Glenn. That could be Bill Glenn. He was up a little late, had a couple drinks. He was like, I'm going to tell these guys what I think.
I'm going to tell them what's what. Yeah, it's a nice, easy costume to do. You just need the boots, the helmet, the brown shirt, the jeans,
and you're good.
Yeah.
Well, good
I'm
might
not
be
commenting on that.
good might not be the best word, but you do have a Spike costume. All right.
Oh man.
Spin, are we going to go to those pictures, or are we going to save that for next week?
What the heck, man? I just joined.
Exactly.
Oh boy. I feel left out. What
Well,
pictures are you talking about anyway?
What new figures? What have you added to your collection?
Have I added anything? No, I haven't added anything as of yet. I'm still looking for the right one.
There's a bunch of Junkions available. And there's a Spike on sale.
Only $50 American.
60.
If you call now and chat live. So what's going on with everybody?
Spin, stop breaking everything. And sit up straight.
Beautiful. Have we looked at anybody's collection? Have we critiqued anybody's collection?
Nah, we got occupied with responding to this video, and things just kind of spiraled from there.
That's what the pictures are that Spin we're just talking about. We had someone send in some pictures, but he's seeing if he can locate them.
Okay, I was gonna say let's do one before we go.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We could critique the Sailor Moon collection. What are the kittens over your shoulder there? Is that a collection of cats underneath Sailor Moon?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Right over your shoulder, all the cats. Are they cats?
No, that's a gremlin,
Ponies?
I think.
No, it's not gremlins.
What, you mean
Anthony, it's right behind you. Yes, exactly.
Those down there.
That's a bunch of Pokemon minifigures.
Oh, Pokemon. Okay.
Yeah, like the little ones, like these things.
Oh, cute. Those guys are cute.
Yeah.
Bill Glenn on YouTube's on Facebook says that will be $60 saved for me in reference to the spike.
Yeah. Oh, let me show you something that got that very recently got leaked for all the people that can't afford giant Unicrons. Super 7 is Super 7, the guys that make the reaction figures, are making a 6-inch Unicron based on his unproduced G1 prototype. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I kind of love how ridiculous that is, and that will absolutely fit in the back of my Transformers the movie display on my shelf.
He looks like a Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, well that was
totally.
That's the prototype that they were going to do back in the day. Like it was supposed to be in '86, like with the movie. They just never wound up making it.
Wow.
But, I mean, that's the best they could do for Planet to Robot in the mid '80s. So
it's great that they never made it.
Yeah. And it's funny that Super 7's making an action figure of it now.
No, it's
I
cute.
love goofy stuff like that.
Yeah.
Would you say, D, it's cute?
Yeah. Yeah, because these Super 7 figures, these are not
No, they're just cute.
Minimal, if any, articulation at all, right? So yeah.
They are. I have a couple. They're 5 POA
they're novelty.
straight up.
They're novelty items. They're not they're not action figures.
So we're using the word cute for that?
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute. Don't you want to just rub his belly and cuddle up with him at night?
I'm afraid if I drop him, I'm going to break him.
No, it's PVC. It's like
yeah. These things are rock solid.
You could bite it and it's gonna squeak. It's like a chewy toy. It's like a chew toy. It'll be yummy. They should make one out of.
That's cute.
It's cute. Excellent.
All right.
Congratulations.
Welcome to the modern world, Bill.
So no more dramatically reporting to us from the dark outside your house. It's a shame because that was kind of cool. Buddhacron. Yeah,
there you go. Perfect. Yeah. And now maybe on the other hand, that Quintesson, you might be able to stick that Quintesson in your regular Transformers collection.
Yeah, I already have the Earthrise guy, but
I was never able to get the Earthrise guy, so I wonder if this would work for me.
Yeah, and I mean, the Earthrise one didn't really transform into much of anything in particular, so
no, it just spins, right?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen? Did you see the X Transbots one?
Nope.
Hold on, wait. Can you do me? Who brought up this picture?
Me.
Can you scroll down?
No, but I can find a different picture of the rest of the card because somebody. What happened was
yeah, I see Devastator and then I see Alpha Trion as well. So.
Oh,
yeah. What happened was the back of the card got leaked.
Right.
And people were like, "Oh shit, they're making a Unicron." Let me just.
What's the size? What's the size of the Unicron?
6 inches. So it's just straight up.
Everything
is
guy. They're all still 6 inches.
Yeah. The most of the main figures are 3 3/4 inches, so he's big compared to those.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay.
So this is some of these are stuff that's already out, but
Grimlock. The Grimlock is cool. That they made the bot mode Grimlock. But now they've got an alt mode Grimlock, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, Wreck-Gar's new. I think I don't remember him being a part of this, but I have the Hot Rod, and there's a Galvatron that I have also, and I've seen the Dead Optimus Prime in stores. Yeah,
I'm sorry you got sucked into paying money for any of these.
I got these at TFCon because somebody was selling them for clearance cheap. That's the only reason I grabbed a couple of them.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
Reflector looks cool.
Yeah,
I'll pick up a couple of these if I happen to see them now. If they're $80, forget it. But if they're a couple of bucks, I'll pick those up.
Yeah, I'm really curious what the big guys are going to cost. What the giant Unicron's going to cost.
Probably $40. I mean, these are all regularly $20, right? US.
Wait, hold on. Is this one big package, or is this individual?
No, these are all separate.
Okay.
And like this is like a grand checklist because some of these we haven't seen before, like the Unicron or the Sharkticon. Some of these are like old ones, like they Starscream and Galvatron and stuff.
Sharkticon looks cool.
Hold on, check this
Yeah.
out. So imagine having so if we recall, like one of our earlier shows, we talked about that chessboard.
Yeah. These would work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Here's,
could be your retro 80 chessboard here.
Totally. That would be very cool.
Yeah. Like I said, I got two of them here, and like they're not bad for what they are. I do think they're overpriced, but like, you know, they're
No, they look
pretty
good.
solid.
That Blitzwing looks cool. That Cyclonus looks cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's just I don't want to pay that money for them, and I don't need any Transformers that don't transform. But I love Orladi's idea. Like if you put those on a chessboard, that would be a reason. That would be a reason to have these.
Yeah. And like I could see myself going in for the Unicron they're going to make just because it's such a weird novelty, and I like stuff like that.
Yeah. That is kind of
Well,
kind of cool.
I will say the Unicron and the Quintesson.
Yeah. And like they did,
and Alpha Trion, because like if you really think about it, right? Like
we don't have one, right?
Yeah, and let's face it, like the Quintesson and the Alpha Trion never transform, right?
Right.
So I can see something like that.
And I wonder, depending on the size of the Sharkticon, like you might be able to stick a couple of those in with your Sharkticon collection.
Yeah.
So like Stormtroopers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even at the price that they're at, they're probably slightly cheaper than picking up the Studio Series ones. It just doesn't transform.
Right.
So if you're like an army builder,
right?
Yeah. So like those would be like our pawns,
right?
Yeah. Would you make Unicron and the Quintesson like the king and queen?
Well, guys, I'm gonna tap out early, but I'm gonna stay in the comments for as long as you guys keep going. But I'm gonna sign off.
Alrighty.
So I'll see you all next week, and we'll continue with the collection critiques.
Cool.
Yeah, I got my own photos ready to go. So.
All right, awesome. So I'll see you all next week.
All right. Yeah. Oh, look what Bill said here on Facebook. This
is what we made the chess set with.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. I got a chessboard over there. I'm already. If only I had more than just these two guys, I could probably populate it.
Oh, can you look, Mike? Can you make Anthony bigger so we can look at the figures because he has it in his hands?
So, like I said, I picked these up. The very first TF Con that we were at when we all came together, the one at Christmas time. Because there was a vendor selling these for 10 Canadian dollars a pop, which is like half of what they usually go for. And I was like, all right, yeah. These are the same size as like Star Wars guys, G.I. Joe guys. Just 5 points of articulation, but they're really solid plastic, so they're like not soft or anything. They're pretty good sculpts. The Floro Dairy 86 movie guys translate really well to this style, I think. And I'm like, if they normally cost $10, I'd be like, everybody gets some. I think they're like, they cost too much, but like, if you can get a deal on them, then.
No, again, if I saw that at Walmart or Toys R Us at a reasonable price, like let's just say they were the same cost as the Star Wars figures, I'd definitely pick some of those up. They look pretty cool. Yeah. And just to, even to put them on display or even a chessboard, right? Bill said I was typing that when Mike said it, great mind and all that. There's a bit of a delay. Hey, it's okay, Bill. You're gonna rock on this week, so.
Between these guys and like, I probably have enough 3 3/4 action figures to do a chessboard. It's just they're not going to be any kind of theme. It's going to be mixed universe thing.
See, the funny thing is, I prefer those versus the red line.
Oh yeah, these guys. Yeah, I still like. I just saw in stores the newest 2 red figures they did, which was Shockwave and Galvatron, and I still picked up a look at them. I'm like, they still don't look good. The soft plastic doesn't look good, and the paint on them is always coming off. Like, I want to like the concept, but they just are poorly executed, which is a shame because I think it's a great idea. It's just, these guys turned out better.
Yeah, because they really do remind me of my old Star Wars figures, right? Just the way they look and the paints and everything, right? They just look, I don't know, they just look great. They have that matte finish, right?
Yeah. There's another 90s Luke Skywalker. People say these two characters are the equivalent to each other. Well, there they are. Same style, same level of articulation.
Yeah, I prefer that.
Hot Rod's
because the red line reminds me of
Black Series.
No, you know what? It kind of reminds me when the Avengers came out and they had those the Avenger figures, but they're just straight. The arm just goes up and down like that, and the leg just goes back and forth. It's just very simplistic.
They're called Titan Heroes. They make them for a few different brands.
Yeah. That's what the red line kind of reminds me of. It looks very cheap, right?
Yeah, a little bit. And I'm like, I try and see the bright side of these things, but I really did look at it and go, it doesn't look as well produced as the other Hasbro 6-inchers that they do, because Star Wars Black Series, G.I. Joe Classified, Marvel Legends, Power Rangers Lightning Collection, same price, same scale, but they're not as good as those ones.
We got Bill here again. Yes, Kiss, Zombie, Everence's New Year's Day. Oh, yeah,
Guar.
Wow. Nothing more, and about 30 more. 5 stages going for 14 hours a day.
Oof.
Dude, we gotta go.
Yeah.
We gotta go.
God, even within the genre, what a spread of names.
Yeah, from Kiss to Guan.
Yeah, Kiss to Guar to Evanescence. And
it's funny because Evanescence is more like a Christian rock band, right?
Yeah. I mean, Evanescence, I think of the lady in the piano and stuff instead of
No, but I'm telling you that is a Christian rock. They actually started as a Christian rock band, and then there was Rod Zombie, right? So that's amazing. I love that. We go every year. Bill, I guess we're gonna have to come every year with you now.
Last year, Ice Cube was there. Why not?
That's amazing. No, that was Ice-T. Was Body Count. Body Count. Yeah, there was. Well, the first one was Run DMC and Aerosmith. Rock This Way. I know, but now they're going to start saying we're talking about music. No more Transformers here. Stuff from our past. That's all. Right? That we grew up with. Okay, so guys, what time is it now? 10:18. Anything else that you want to catch up? Because I'm super tired too, because I had a very long day at work. I was playing cop. Yeah, not the cartoon. The real cop, right? So
just grab my prowl. So this was you.
Yeah, that was me. And if you look at, you can't even look at my name at the very bottom there, but it says "Move Bitch Con," because basically I was telling people to move. Let's go, hurry up. So it was a very long day today. So I wish Prowl was there, because we were supposed to have a paid duty, and paid duty wasn't able to show up. So what are you gonna do? That's it.
Bill Glenn says, no, it was a total return to NWA. Ice-T is coming this year. Nice.
We got to go. When they open up that border, we're coming. So you weren't able to do anything last week with any articles, but are you doing anything this week?
Yeah. Oh, I did post an article. I posted my Road Rage review. Yeah.
Okay.
It took me an extra day because I had a busy weekend, but this week, this guy, G-Axis, straight out of Marvel's Generation 2 comic from the 90s. Yeah. No, this guy, his sculpt, his look. I said this when he was unveiled, and it's still true. This guy looks straight like he came out of the pages of the '90s comic. Like his sculpting, his design, it's very different from like most other Transformers you see these days, because they're usually just trying to imitate the cartoon. But this guy, I'm like, no, this is a '90s comics character straight up. You know, got the dark side looking face, got the weird wiring on the feet. Well, Bill Gunn says, I have the room. I'm out, mates. Doubt I'll be on it all next week, but see you guys the week after. Have a good time. It sounds fun.
Good time, buddy.
Yeah. But yeah, I will be taking a look at this guy tomorrow. Talk a little bit about the G2 comics and the character a little bit too, on top of why this guy's a great figure.
No, that's a beautiful figure. Like I'm just looking at it right now, and I'm like, wow. Because didn't they do like an orangey type kind of figure?
Yeah, they it's got a weird conceptual history, and I talk about it in the article tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Okay.
In like 2002, they took Beast Machine's Jetstorm, painted him orange, and called him G-Axis for some reason. It was like just a name slap. And then 2014 in Thrilling 30, they took Starscream and gave him a new head and called him G-Axis, and they still made him orange. And when they asked why, they were like, we pulled his name from the archives and the jet showed up. So this is the first time he's gotten his own figure, and he has the right colors, and he has the right sculpt. So first time he's really gotten a proper figure.
Well, you know, finally they did some research.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt to look up things. That's what we call thing called Google.
Well, different design team these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, I say in the article, I would love to, like, cartoon figures are great, but I'd love to see them do more like comic specific guys like this, where they try to make them look like the comics art, because it came out really well on this guy.
I totally agree with that. I really do. Because you know, okay, everything's been based on you know, on the cartoons, right?
Yeah.
But obviously, there's a lot more characters out there from the comic books, right? And let's face it, the comic books were a big part, not just only the cartoons, but the comic books were a big part of Transformers, right? So it'd be really nice to do something like that, and they did with this figure. I hope they do more of it. So I give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, and I'll talk more about it tomorrow, but on childrenofprimus.com/news and reviews.
Now, if you want to sell that, where else can you sell that?
Well, if you remove the news and reviews from the URL, you get to the classified section, where you can buy and sell Transformers and other things, mostly Transformers.
Beautiful.
For free.
Beautiful. Even better. All right. Anything else, Ben? Well, I'm glad I was able to jump on as soon as I can. Hopefully, come the following week, Sundays, my work schedule should be a little bit less. I could be jumping on some more and be part of, you know, these wild and wacky videos that we've been doing lately. So,
and we can look at some shelves and judge them, including possibly mine.
Oh, okay. So I got to take pictures of mine then, because I have a little shelf.
Yeah, I gave it I took pictures of all of them. I took them all down. I dusted the shelves. I put everything back on all nice. I went to like work.
Yeah, so I have a little shelf with some of my figures that I have posed on there, but but the rest of my stuff is like over here. So they're not on a shelf; they're in a box. But wait, they're in a box in a box. How about that one? Because I like to, you know. But yeah, so I'll take some pictures and I can put them up there as well too. So I can't wait. Awesome. So I guess thank you very much. Have a good night. Okay. And Bill, again, rock on, buddy.
Yeah, have fun.
All right. Take care, everyone.